Hello everyone. So today we are going to proceed with the chapter The Adventures of Toto written by Ruskin Bond. So in part 1 we have studied about that how Toto got the chance to get into the house of grandfather. We also get to know here that how he was creating lots of disturbance by doing his mischievous act in the family. So here we proceed further. When Toto was finally accepted by grandmother, he was given a comfortable home in the stable. We all know that stable is a place where animals like buffaloes, cows, donkeys are being kept. There he had for a companion the family donkey Nana. On Toto's first night in the stable, grandfather paid him a visit to see if he was comfortable. To his surprise, he found Nana without apparent cause, pulling at her halter and trying to keep her head as far as possible from a bundle of hay. So, when it was the first day of Monkey in the stable, along with another member, Donkey named Nana, grandfather decided to go there and visit, just to know whether Toto was comfortable or not. So when he reached there, he was surprised to see that the donkey was pulling his head away from the halter. So he was surprised that how could this happen? Moreover, because rest of the happening was not visible to grandfather. Grandfather gave Nana a slap across the hunches. Now, hunches basically is the back portion of the animal, back legs near the tail. So he gave a slap on Donkey's hunches and she jerked back. Jerked means suddenly. She suddenly moved back, dragging Toto with her. So when she moved back, she was dragging Toto. But how? He has fastened on to her long ears with his sharp teeth. So here, donkey has hold was biting the ears of the donkey. Toto and Nana never became friends, so there was never a social relation with these two animals. A great treat for Toto during cold winter evening was the large bowl of warm water given him by grandmother for a bath. He could cunningly test the temperature with his hand, then gradually step into the bath, first one foot, then the other, as he had seen me doing. So here narrator is talking about the way Toto used to get into the bathing tub because he was very much intelligent enough to check the temperature of the water. He used to touch it first with the hand, then he used to get into it. And he has observed this action being done by the narrator. So this shows that this monkey was very much observant and intelligent too, until he was into the water up to his neck. Later, once comfortable, he would take the soap in his hand or feet and rub himself all over. When the water became cold, he would get out and run as quickly as he could to the kitchen fire in order to dry himself. If anyone laughed at him during this performance, Toto's feelings would be hurt and he would refuse to go on with his bath. One day, Toto nearly succeeded in boiling himself alive. So, this statement, this paragraph shows that Toto was very comfortable in that place. He learned how to bath, he learned how to walk, and he was very sensitive too. Because if anybody used to make fun of his behavior, he used to get annoyed. One day, he was almost about to burn himself. How? A large kitchen kettle had been left on the fire to boil for tea, and Toto, so to take bath for Toto, finding himself with nothing better to do, decided to remove the lid. Lid is the covering of that kitchen kettle. Okay. So what Toto did, he removed the covering and he got into the kettle. And slowly and gradually he started enjoying the warm water. But he was not aware that the water is boiling slowly and gradually. So as slowly the temperature started to rise, he was started getting uncomfortable. He started hopping up and down, but he was not able to come out of it. So finally, fortunately, grandmother arrived and howled him. So she lifted him out of the kettle suddenly. Howled means suddenly she took him out of the kettle and he was almost half boiled because the water was actually boiling. These things shows that although the monkey was very observant, but he used to do such thing that has actually troubled the family member. If there's a part of the brain specially devoted to mischief, the part was largely developed in Toto. A sarcastic statement given by grandfather that if any part of our brain is specially meant for doing mischievous act, then that part of brain in monkey, especially in Toto, has been largely developed. He was always tearing things to pieces. Whenever one of my aunt come near him, he made every effort to get hold of her dress and tear a hole. So he was not only troubling the family members, but even the visitors. One day at lunchtime, a large dish of pulao stood in the center of the dining table. We entered the room to find Toto suffering himself with rice. So here, Toto was eating the rice like anything. Stuffing here means putting the rice or putting the eatables into the mouth without any manners. So one day, when the pulao was kept in a dish on the dining table, suddenly Toto started stuffing it. Grandmother screamed, and as a result, Toto threw a plate on her. Fortunately, she did not get hurt. Suddenly, Aunt approached towards the Toto and he threw a glass of water on her face. Just imagine how naughty and how insulting he has become. When grandfather arrived, Toto picked up the dish of pulao and made his exit through a window. So he ran out of the window and sat on the branches of the jackfruit tree. He kept on sitting there till the afternoon and finished every bite, every grain of the pulao. And after that, he threw the dish down so that it could break and he can take a revenge from grandmother who screamed on him. So just imagine, he got so revengeful, he wanted to take revenge. So after this incident, actually grandfather realized that Toto was not the sort of pet who could keep for a long time. So he realized that he could not keep Toto at his place. Maybe because they cannot afford to bear so many losses, like loss of dishes, loss of clothes, curtains, and wallpaper. Because Toto was destroying everything. So finally, grandfather decided to resell the monkey, resell Toto to the Tonga driver again. But this time he made a loss of 2 rupees because he bought Toto of 5 and he sold it of 3. So, children, once we complete the chapter, today we get to know that we should never judge a book by its cover. Like we have read in the previous paragraph, that the appearance of this monkey was very pretty. The monkey seems to be very pretty, eyes were sparkling, tails were very attractive. So, moreover, the appearance was good, but inside he was very mischievous. Moreover, one more very important moral we have learned, that rather than keeping the animals in the cages to maintain a little zoo for just our pleasure, why not to leave them alone in their habitat? Once you bring out the animals from their habitat and try them to be settled in a humanitarian area, definitely they are going to create mischievous acts and trouble for all of us. So I guess this chapter is very much clear to you all. We'll continue with the next chapter in the coming class. Take care and goodbye for now.